So I'm back with the top 5 things that help me manage my bipolar disorder. If I'm in mania, hypomania, depression, all of these things are going to help me either stay stable or get back there. Hi friends, I'm Jess with Our Bipolar. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, just a little bit about me. I have bipolar 1 and I was diagnosed 27 years ago when I was a sophomore in college. And before I get into this, I will ask you to subscribe if you haven't yet, like this video, hype this video, comment. I would love to hear your top 5 things that help you manage your bipolar disorder. Okay, so let's get right into it. Number 1, you probably know what I'm going to say. Medication. Oh wait, scratch that. Good medication, proper medication for you. Because I know I went through almost 10 years without being on the proper meds, and I had tons of cycling between mania and depression, and I had a lot of feelings of not wanting to go on. I will tell you the meds that I take for bipolar are lithium and Seroquel, but it really doesn't mean anything because, you know, the meds that are right for me may not be right for you and vice versa. So take it with a grain of salt. Number 2 is sleep. Sleep is so important. It's almost as important as medication. Almost. Sleep really saves me. Getting good sleep, and that's going to be a different amount for everyone. It also really helps to try to go to bed at the same time and get up at the same time. My psychiatrist said you can kind of fudge that, at least for waking up, within about an hour. So like on the weekends, I'll sleep in an extra hour, but otherwise I'm trying to get that sleep. Like I need between 8 and 9 hours a night. Some people need less, some people need more, but figure out what you need and get that sleep and make the environment conducive to sleep, whatever that means for you. When I go to bed at night, I have all kinds of things going on. I wear a sleep mask. I do like the breathe right strips so I can breathe well. I do mouth taping now. I do earplugs. You know, I have a really dark room, all that stuff. Number 3, you may think this is similar to sleep, but it's not. Rest. Getting rest, making sure you prioritize and schedule rest, especially if you're so busy like I am. I work full time, I'm a parent, I'm a wife, I got a lot going on. There's all these different activities with my daughter, and I have to make sure I get rest. Part of rest for me is alone time and just really having quiet time on top of getting that rest. It's good for me to like not have a lot of stimulation at times, and that can really help, especially if I'm in an episode and most of the time I'm going into mania, hypomania, and I need to come back down from it. Having that alone time and less stimulation really helps. So I will turn off music, I'll try to turn off TV, unplug from social media. But even if you're not doing all those things, if you are getting rest and making sure it's a priority, and sometimes, you know, not doing things that you might even want to do. Sometimes you need to do that to keep your bipolar functioning well. Okay, so we're on number 4. Number 4 is exercise. Exercise is crucial. It just keeps everything flowing. If I'm not getting exercise, I start getting kind of down sometimes, and that I could go into depression. It's possible. Exercise just really keeps me feeling good. When my body is running well, it's like the bipolar runs well as well. And also, it's good to have a routine. Routine is sort of like the number 6, I could probably say, of things that help me manage bipolar. Having an exercise routine is really good. I don't think it matters that much what you're doing. I know people are like, yoga is the best thing to do for bipolar. It's going to like magically help. Yeah, I've done yoga on and off for many years, and it's not my favorite thing. I would rather lift weights, lift heavy, get it done quick. And I like to walk. I like to walk outside. I like to walk inside on a walking pad. That's just what works for me. And I think it needs to be something that you enjoy, or at least enjoy more than other types of exercise, just to keep doing it and like be able to keep going. Number 5, the last thing that is so important for managing my bipolar is nutrition. Now, a lot goes into this. So first of all, eating as healthy as possible, right? For me, that means eating lots of fruits and vegetables, eating a lot of lean protein. I'm still going to allow myself to have some sweets, some sugar, but I do really try to limit it. And if I'm going into an episode, especially if I'm going into like an up episode, like mania or hypomania, I will cut out all sugar completely. But if I'm stable, I allow a certain amount, but I try to keep it low. There's also caffeine to think about. Caffeine can definitely push you into those kinds of manic episodes at times. It depends how sensitive you are. Everyone's going to be different. I found that caffeine was also giving me more anxiety and just making me feel jittery. So I have cut out all coffee. I now only drink decaf. I really, really limit soda and other foods and things that have caffeine. Also included in nutrition is alcohol. It's up to you whether you want to drink alcohol, certain meds, alcohol can interfere with, and it can also just interfere with bipolar somewhat. I used to drink kind of sparingly, and then over the last few years, I've cut out alcohol completely. I just didn't like how I felt when I was drinking, and it would disrupt my sleep at times. It could possibly bring on an episode if my sleep isn't good, and I just didn't want to feel like shit anymore the next day, even if I only had one drink. So I've cut out alcohol. So you have to just figure out what works for you in terms of nutrition. I find that if I'm eating really healthy most of the time, that also helps with my stability, and it helps when I go into an episode. I'm not perfect, and I do allow myself to, especially if I'm going into mania or hypomania and I have to increase a medication like an antipsychotic. I take Seroquel, as you know, so that can really increase my appetite and make me want foods that are not so healthy. And I do indulge in that a bit, but I try to bring it back down to being healthy as quickly as I can. I've had bipolar for the past 27 years, and those are the 5 things that really have helped me the most. And they're simple things, but the simplest things can be hardest to put into action. Let me know down in the comments what your top 5 things are to help you manage bipolar. If they're the same as me, if they're different, I would love to hear your experiences. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.